The YouTuber again, and I'm back with part two of my introduction to you. Um, now it's where do we leave off? We left off where my aunt was in the hospital. So I went in, and sadly I didn't cry that day. And we went to the cemetery, and when I was little, I think I was little. I found out recently that I had left the funeral early and I didn't get to see her. I didn't get to throw the dirt in or throw any roses in. So that made me really sad. So another loss in 2014 was to another loss in 2014 was to my step grandfather, who died off a foot. He died off getting his foot. He died off getting his foot cut off. So he got his foot cut off, and he couldn't breathe because he wasn't stable. So so it wasn't stable enough, and he wasn't stable. He was already feeling very bad. So he ended up dying that day. And the thing is, whenever I was little, I always used to sit and eat with him. And I always asked my mom if I could go with Jay to go eat. So I asked her and asked her and asked her, but she said that he was in Fort Worth. When I was little, I didn't even know what Fort Worth was. Or Fort Worth was. I thought it was a hospital, to tell you the truth. But so I never got to eat with him again after the day he left. He left and he went to Fort Worth. So there was another loss this year. Currently in May, on May, somewhere in the middle of May 12th or May 7th, May 17th, my grandma died. Not by love, not by blood, but by love. She died. So she wasn't my actual biological grandma. She was my grandma by love. So I proud to call her a grandma. She would never hurt anybody, and she currently died at the age of 77. And my grandpa died not too long ago. And he died in 2015. That was 2 years ago. He died, I think. And I have never met him, to tell you the truth. I've never met my grandpa by love. But that's the thing. So what's currently been going on, I'm going to junior high next year. Next year, I'm going to junior high. So there's 3 different junior highs to choose from: Kirby, Barwise, or McNeil. And I chose Barwise because that's the school that all my friends are going to, and it's the school that I've been wanting to go to for a long time. So I chose Barwise. But the thing is, my cousin goes to Barwise, and she said that if you get non-advanced classes, so if you get just regular classes, so like not advanced, and luckily I chose advanced. All classes I chose advanced. So she said if you didn't get advanced, then you're stuck with people smoking weed, people doing drugs, people fighting, people even doing stuff that they're not supposed to be doing till they're older, like making love. Because I found out one of my friend's brothers made love in the theater with somebody, and they found out. I think they found something in there to prove it. I'm not sure what, but that certain boy. He was proud to tell my mom, the one that's the assistant attendance clerk at my elementary. He was proud to tell her that he sold and smoked weed in the bathroom. So that's the thing that really devastated me. Was his brother was always nice to me, but now that I know he smoked weed and he did a lot of other stuff, it just devastates me. So I want to go back in time to 2009, 2008 or 9, where I met my stepsisters. So whenever we first met, we we met. They met me when I was a baby. Whenever my dad used to take me to my stepmom's house, and I met them there. We always had fun. We only thought that we would be friends, and two of my younger stepsisters that I showed you in the first part, they liked me for a tiny bit of time, and then they stopped, and I'm not surprised. So they stopped liking me, and then later on in life, 9, we found out that we were actually brothers and sisters. So after that, it felt weird to have my former friends now being my sisters, and that just weirded me out. What else do I got to tell you? Um, my biological sister. She now lives in Middle Texas, with my nephew. That's my nephew, and my sister is currently in her late 20s, with their husband. That they were married in the same. I mean, they were born in the same year, 1988. So, shh, I'm trying to tell my story. Back to the video. I'm sorry, I had an interruption with my nephew. Hold on, I got to interrupt again. I'm sorry. Action. Okay, back with the video. So, my stepmom and my dad met up at work, surprisingly. And they did that's how we got stepsister and stepbrother. So back to my biological sister. She was born in 1998 with her husband, her former husband, her current husband. I'm just getting it a little mixed up. I'm sorry, but they got married in 2013. I think that's when they got married, and this little boy's birthday was 16 days ago. That's when his birthday was. He is now 3. He's now 3, and he is the shining light. He's the one that has straightened me up. He's the one that has. He's the one that has made me. He's the one that has straightened me up in my life. He has made me not do bad things. And he is currently with the babysitter. And there's a boy, Liam, there. I currently found out that he is bullying my nephew. But, after setting me straight, he sets Liam straight. Whenever Liam snatches toys for him, he snatches them back, and he tells him not to do it. He actually got it from me, my stepsisters, because we taught him. Well, basically my sister a little bit, my biological sister, but it was sometimes it was me and my stepsisters. So we kind of set him up straight, and that's another thing that's happened in my life. Was a shining star. A shining star in my life. I'm sorry, my stepsister's over there having fun. Another thing that I'm going to be doing on this channel is I'm going to be doing Pokemon. I'm going to be doing Mario for another thing. Sometimes I'm going to be doing vlogs. I'm going to be doing